Alright, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be making another kind of unboxing, show off cool thing video. Recording it's going to be a little tough because of just the way that this thing is, and you'll see once I open it what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is something that I've been wanting for a pretty long time, and I've always thought was just really cool. So I saw one for sale. I ended up getting a pretty good price on it, and it only took like 3 days to ship to America. I ended up ordering it in Japan. So anyway, I do not have a box cutter, so I guess I'm going to use a ruler to cut this thing open, because it'll work. Alright, so a lot of bubble wrap. Not sure if it's going to be very easy for me to take this thing out of here while keeping it on camera, so I'm going to kind of move the box off and then put the actual item down. And here it is. So I'm really praying that nothing's broken in here. Like I said, recording this is going to be a little tough. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, but I guess we'll find it out as we go. Alright. So here we go. So it's upside down, so let me kind of spin it around. Looks like they just threw everything in here, I think, unless it all fell out. I'm not sure. So that looks like an okay way to set this down for now. So if you couldn't tell already, this is a sewing machine. So some of you might be wondering, why am I showing you a sewing machine on a gaming channel? And that's because of a little bit of text that you might be able to see up at the top, and this cable that comes out of it. So pretty much at some point between like late 90s, early 2000s, a company called Jaguar, which is a Japanese sewing machine company, decided to make I think it's technically an embroidery machine. It's not really a sewing machine. I'm not going to act like I am an expert on this stuff because I'm not. But they decided to make one that could do all these custom designs and everything automatically. But instead of having like a screen built in, like some of you, if you've ever been to like Hobby Lobby or something like that, you might have seen the ones that have like a little screen and all that. Instead of that, they decided to just have it hook up with a Game Boy. So it comes with a cartridge here, which I'll grab. That's actually what's in this little bag here. So I got the manual, which I can't really read. It looks like it's all in Japanese, so that's not really going to help me out a whole lot. Then I also have the manual for the software, which also obviously all in Japanese. And then I have the actual cartridge. So I think this unit was actually released in America, but it was very limited, and it was rebranded as, I believe, a Singer. Exact same thing, and I believe it came in the same kind of blue color. But that one would have came with an English version of this software. This one's all in Japanese, so I'll probably either have to just kind of struggle through it or get some type of flash cart or something to be able to use this thing. But inside that bag, there was also this, which I'm not going to act like I know what it is. This here and this here. So I'm going to have to mess around with it for a while. I'm not going to be able to test it in like this recording right here. I'm going to make kind of I'm going to probably add that onto the end of this video just because I need some time to kind of figure out what I'm doing with it first before I, record for 3 hours trying to figure it out. Okay, so this is the best I could do. It's not great, but yeah, trying to get an angle of something like this is not really what this setup is made for. I definitely need to do some research on this before I break something or, mess something up. I'm not sure exactly what this is. It says a lock cutter that if anyone here knows how to sew, they probably know what all this stuff is. I have never sewn a day in my life, but my grandma knows how to sew, so maybe I'll have her kind of show me how to use it. Right here, it looks like it shows kind of a diagram of at least how to kind of set things up and get things going. Obviously, it's in Japanese, but, the pictures might be helpful. So I'm very glad that none of the plastic on this thing is broken, because that was what I was really nervous about, just because it's a big, bulky thing made out of kind of cheap plastic. So I was afraid that I'd get this thing and it would be, like, all basically turned to dust. But it looks pretty good. Also, I realized why all that stuff was sitting around in there. It seems to go inside of here. So like I said, I don't know what any of these little parts are. Looks like this is kind of a cover that goes right here. And then you got like a little compartment. I'm assuming that's what this is on the other side too. Alright, so right here I got my Atomic Purple Game Boy Color, which seems to be what these things were made to use mainly. I'm assuming that's what this link cable will plug into, although you could probably get adapters and things to kind of use it for anything. Obviously, no real point in me plugging the link cable in because it's not turned on. I probably should have picked a Game Boy that was backlit, especially because I'm just kind of showing you guys the software without anything connected. I can't read any of this. Like I said, when I come back, I'll translate all these and figure out what they mean and what they do. But, alright, so that looks like where you kind of choose whatever pattern you want. So there's a bunch of different ones that you can do. This looks like some type of, like, calibration, maybe? Oh, wait. So this looks like it's where you can put text in. Can I switch it over to... Yeah, here we go. So, most likely, I would be able to do something like... Hello. And then press this, and it would probably send it to the... Yeah. So it looks right here. Most likely this text says, please connect sewing machine or something like that. But it looks like that means it's kind of sending it. So like I said, I'm going to spend a couple days messing around with this thing once I kind of get some time. And I will continue this video when I actually have some materials. I have, I've messed around with it a bit. I know what to do, and I can show you guys me actually making something. Alright, what's going on, guys? So I'm back with my Jaguar JN100 Game Boy sewing machine thing. And I messed around with it a little bit, got it set up, got it working. So I guess I'll kind of show you guys some of the things that it can do and how it works and everything like that. So I have the software right here. This is the main screen. Obviously it's in Japanese, so I can't really read it, but I know at least what these two options are, which as far as I know are the only two that really do anything special, like that are actually required to like use the thing. So this first one here lets you choose the type of pattern you want to stitch. So let me choose something funky. This one's kind of cool. It's like a dolphin, I think. Something like that. Yeah, let's try that. Like a dolphin. So click on that. You can choose if you want it this direction or that direction. We'll just go with that. This, I believe, is choosing like... Or no, that doesn't give me the option. I think for some of these you can choose like the spacing and things like that, but for this it just makes me do it this way. I think you do the top button, and then I believe this is asking if you'd like a tutorial on how to do it. You can just press no, and it should be all set up here. So, let me kind of zoom you guys in. I'm trying my best to give you guys like a decent view of this thing, while also not like making it so I'll, sew my finger from not being able to see. But lower this down. I already got the thread and everything through it. The spool of thread that I have is a little bit too big to let the top close, so I just have to leave it open. It's all I could find. Let's go on kind of a slow speed. This right here is the button to start it. So let's see if it makes a little dolphin design. So let's just stop it there. Lift this back up. Pull that out. So I already know this is not going to look great. The main problem... Yeah, these later ones look bad. Okay, so the issue that I have is it's kind of hard to hold this thing while letting it do its moving. I know they make like little clamps for it, but I don't have one that'll fit in here. But that first one looks better. It looks like on slower speed it's definitely a lot better, because you can see here it all kind of bunched up. But it did kind of make a little dolphin looking thing. So, but anyway, another option that this thing has, I can kind of show it on here if I go back. I believe it's this menu option. You can do text. So Obviously, I don't know Japanese, so I'm going to skip all of this and then just go to the English characters. So let's just make it say subscribe, which you guys should all do, by the way. I think this is, yeah, this is asking what the spacing should be like. Probably fine on the default. And I think this is also asking if I'd like to do the tutorial. Okay. So, not sure exactly what the best way of doing this, like I said, would be, but I guess we'll just try it and see what happens. Alright. Definitely held it a little too much. You can see it kind of like wasn't able to move back when it's supposed to. So, it is definitely a tricky one because, yeah, it wants to kind of stretch and bunch up on itself if I'm holding, or if I'm not holding it, but if I'm holding it, then it also has some issues. So, okay, so I got this material that's more of like a denim type material. It's a little bit less stretchy, it's a little bit thicker, and of course I'm using green and red on this, so you can't really see it well, but if I pull it over to the back, which is more of a white, you can see it actually came out correctly, and I didn't really have to hold on to this much, so it didn't mess up the pattern. So, I have basically that same type of material, but in like a white, so we're going to try it one more time. Hopefully it works better, and I can actually give you guys like a demo of how this is supposed to work. Let's do the same thing, make it say subscribe, let it set its thing there. Alright, so we got that lowered down. Set it on kind of like a medium speed. I don't want to go in too fast. And let's try it. Alright, so that seems to be done. Let's cut that off. And yeah, that looks a lot better. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but I think it's definitely the material that was the problem. So, that's cool. Alright, so the 4 got a little messed up, but yeah, subscribe to 064. So it definitely works, which is cool. This material helps a lot. Makes it a little bit better, and just because I tried it before, let me try that like dolphin design again and see what it does, because it really messed that up. Alright, let's see what it can do with the dolphins. That definitely came out a lot better. So it is definitely a material thing. There's probably some way that I could have like stabilized the other material I used, but I mean, this just works a lot better. This other stuff, really thin, really like stretchy, so it just completely ruined it. But yeah, that looks really good actually. Now there's one other design that I thought looked really interesting, so I'm going to try it. Start from about the same point as that last one. Let's see what this does. Oh. Thread popped out. Okay. Alright, an hour later I got that threaded again. That is the worst thing ever. But, let's go drop that down. And let's try with this. Alright, so, didn't come out great. It definitely... I don't know if I needed to hold it more and kind of stretch it out, or if I was doing that too much. I don't really know. But it didn't like that. So, I'm just going to end it with that. The dolphins look cool. Text came out alright. For first time ever using a sewing machine, I feel like that's not bad. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, and you want to see more videos of me kind of going over cool stuff like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I got a lot of them queued up that I've been working on for a while. I just, haven't really gotten to finishing them up, editing them, doing all that. But I'm hoping the next couple, weeks or months, I'll try to get a lot more of those out because, I don't really have a whole lot going on. But yeah, as always, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it helps the channel out a lot. But I will see you guys later. Goodbye.